Alright, Shalom Akim, Kalal, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, you know, double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Rule Well. Peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that push this truth in all sincerity to the four corners of the earth, you know. You're going to see more tension rising between the US and Russia, right?
At the United States, after Washington accused Russia of violating a key nuclear missile treaty. On Tuesday, the US Secretary of State gave Moscow an ultimatum, saying it has 2 months to demonstrate it is complying with the...
The next reason why I like this news station because apparently it's not located in the US, it's located in, I think it's Moscow, Russia. You understand? So when you're watching certain things like CNN, you know, they might have little cover-ups on it, but this one, you know, there might be a little bias, I don't know, but you could always, you know, discern the meat from the bones.
ANF before Washington pulls out.
In light of these facts, the United States today declares it has found Russia in material breach of the treaty and will suspend our obligations as a remedy effective in 60 days unless Russia returns to full and verifiable compliance.
So Russia now has a last chance to come back into compliance with the INF Treaty, but we must also start to prepare for a world without the treaty.
All right, for more on this, let's cross live now to RT's Ilya Petrenko. Ilya, this seems to be a fair amount of back and forth going on here. What is this?
And Russia don't want to, you know, go down with it because how America does think that treaty might be to suit America and not Russia. Everybody know that's how America does think. They just always want to make deals that suits them and not the other country.
What's that all about? Good afternoon, Rory. Well, Russia is not violating anything. That's how Moscow puts it in the first place, as simple as that. And here's what I heard from the Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman just a little earlier.
Никаких доказательств, которые...
No evidence has been presented to back up the US position. If such evidence has been shown to NATO by the American side, why are they hiding it from Russia? Russia is utterly opposed to the tearing up of the INF Treaty. We are ready for dialogue to address all the issues raised in connection with the document.
And we know things like this is things that the US do often, you know? Always an accusation with no evidence. Weapons of mass destruction.
And guess what? Moscow has a problem with how Washington has been complying here. It's about the American missile defense systems in Europe. Russia was kept being told that the reason it's there is to target whatever could fly over from Iran or North Korea. However, it could easily be used against Russia too. And this kind of argument dates back to quite some while ago.
The arms race is getting out of control.
We did not initiate this turn of events, as you know. It was not we who pulled out of the anti-ballistic missile treaty.
Russia has been developing destabilizing weapon systems for more than a decade in direct violation of its treaty obligations.
We only responded to the threats that confronted us.
We're moving forward to modernize our nuclear arsenal and ensure that our capabilities remain unmatched.
We will never allow anybody to have anything even close to what we have.
See? Out of the horse's mouth. He said it himself. That is how America does think. They want to be the governance over everybody else. So you mustn't have any kind of power. And they must have all the power. But yet they could do what they want to you. And you mustn't defend yourself, but when you offend America, he's a pig, he's a monster.
If our American partners exit the agreement, we will give an immediate and reciprocal response.
The INF Treaty has been there for 30 years, and under its terms, the Russians and the Americans are not allowed to produce or test short-range and medium-range missiles that could carry nuclear warheads. If the treaty's gone, Europe will find itself under the most serious risk. Are Washington's allies there happy about that? Well, some of them have openly said that they're not.
We regret the withdrawal announced by the US. We see this treaty as a very important arms control instrument and something that also serves European interests and therefore also German interests.
The announcement by the US that it's going to withdraw from the INF Accord is regrettable. The INF agreement has been an important pillar of our European security architecture for 30 years. For us in Europe, it's of great importance. We call on the US to consider the possible consequences.
The US and Russia need to remain engaged in constructive dialogue to preserve the treaty and to ensure that to ensure its full and verifiable implementation, which of course is crucial for Europe's and global security.
So the risks are out there. The whole balance of European, actually global security is at stake. So watch out for the next steps that the Russian and the American diplomats are going to make in the next, 59 days.
All right, RTT Lipashenko there right outside the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you. We spoke earlier with former US diplomat Jim Jatras. He told us that he doesn't believe that Washington will stick with the INF Treaty.
I think it's quite likely the U.S. will pull out of this treaty. I think the end of the story that just finished, that on the one hand, yesterday we have Donald Trump saying we don't want a new arms race, we're spending too much, and then today we have Secretary Pompeo saying this: whatever Trump's impulses might be to either have an agreement with the Russians and as well as with the Chinese, to have a better relationship, that he has a national security team that is entirely composed of the wrong people, and what they want to do is to put Russia into an untenable security position, and this is simply one more rock they can throw at Moscow, and they don't really care what the consequences are. That is what my fear is here, and my fear regarding the Europeans and how it will affect our relationship with them is they simply do not have the courage or the strength of character to say to the Americans, no, this is bad for us, this is bad for Europe, this endangers our security, we won't go along with this.
You understand? You just see more tension rising as time go by. Really and truly, many Most High waiting till he put it in the spirit of them angels to just start to destroy the place, because we fed up with this place. Really and truly. You understand? But we're seeing coming closer and closer to two major prophecies. One is Mark of the Beast, the RFID microchip. You understand? And the next one is war. And we know when those two play off, we out of here. So Akim, stay strong. Shalom.